Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to China for the MXGP of China. It's our final MXGP TV studio show of the season, and it's the Champions Edition. We've got Hehui Prado, Red Bull KTM, and Tim Geiser, Team HRC, coming in to join us. But before we go anywhere, though, Lisa Leyland, here we are, final round. Just the Motocross of Nations to look forward to, but actually, what are you looking forward to the most?
Do you know what? I think the Motocross of Nations is going to be amazing, as always, but we've got far more important things to attend to today in this show. At the end, we've got something a little bit special for you, so I'm looking forward to that.
All right, well, look, apologies for the sound behind us. We do have a man in a digger just fixing the track past pit lane. But let's get on. It's Hehui Prado, our MX2 World Champion from Red Bull KTM Factory Racing. Welcome to our studio show again this year. Hehui, obviously, you won the World Championship in Sweden, and it looks like you've really enjoyed your racing this season. From the outside, it all looked so easy, but was it really?
I mean, it was a great season. It was tough in the beginning after the second round because after the injury, I had to come back to good fitness, and I had to work hard. The first race after the injury was tough. Just my physical wasn't there still, but we got better through the season, and I'm so happy. I mean, I didn't make any mistakes this season, so it was just an incredible season. It's one to remember for sure.
Well, what was it that you actually did differently in terms of your preparation from last year to this year?
We just kept working. I mean, last year before the season, I had an injury, so that I couldn't make a perfect preparation, but this year, no injuries, got healthy to the first round, and then I had already a good basis, so to work from there was a bit more easy, and we got stronger out of the bike, and that helped me a lot when racing, and for sure I got a bit better speed, so yeah, we made a great work this season. Also, I improved, I think, during the season, so it's something very positive.
Well, one of your best races, I would have to say, was Russia, race 1. Just tell us, why was this race so memorable for you, do you think?
We just saw the clip there, by the way.
Yeah, we saw it.
I saw. Yeah, I mean, Russia first moto was incredible. After a bad start, I think I was 20th after the first corner, and then I come back to first. It's nice because, I mean, I'm a rider that normally starts pretty good, so it was one of the first times that I really had to work my way up to the front, and I could even win the moto, so I was so happy. I mean, I could get just 2 laps ago Thomas and pass him, so it was a great race.
Was it also because the track there is traditionally quite fast, and so when you make a bad start, passing is going to be difficult because everyone's almost on the same speed? And like you say, we saw it from the GoPro footage of, I think it was Chervelin actually. You came in and you got bumped wide, so you already had a lot of work to do. And so having to come back through traffic on a high-speed track, was that more satisfying as well, because it's not easy to pass there?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think Russia was one of the tracks that everybody kind of had the same speed, but I still could make a difference and come through the pack and pass quite good. I mean, I'm not the best rider passing riders, so it was fun, and at the same time gave me a lot of confidence getting to the next rounds. As coming from behind and winning, it's very satisfying. Yeah.
Well, perhaps one of the most challenging races for you was in Sweden in race 2. We'll probably have a clip of that. A simple fall cost you the overall that weekend.
Yeah, after getting world champion, I was very, very motivated to get a second moto, but had a mistake in the in the third lap, I think, when I was around third, and then small crash. And then it was a pity, my clutch lever. I just couldn't use my clutch anymore for the rest of the moto, and first laps were difficult, kind of get back to rhythm, but it was too late, and I just could only get to fourth. But I mean, it was fun. Also very challenging, like I said, without a clutch. And in a track like Sweden, that it's very slippery, and in the braking it's tough. No, it was nice. It was nice, but I would have liked to get it overall.
Was it more disappointing? I think you just hit on it there, because you just won the title and you wanted to win the GP overall as well, because also your win streak ended. That was probably more disappointing in some respects.
I mean, yeah, probably yes, but anyway, for me, I think it was a great training. It was totally different circumstances, so it's also good for me for the future. Different racing and getting through the pack in a different way. So it's nice learning.
Well, of course, in Sweden it wasn't all bad. You won your second world title. We forgot about that. But was this more rewarding for you, this title, because you actually won it on the track as opposed to over the phone like last year?
And that's not to say that, you know, winning it over the phone was a bad problem, because you did all the hard work last year. But you know that to go out there and still have to race for the title.
Yeah, last year, I mean, I was coming to the last round, and I think I only had to take 4 points or something like that. So it was pretty much done, the championship. But anyway, my main rival didn't assist because of an injury, so it was a bit different this year. He was there every race. Well, yeah, like you see, I could win with everybody in track. So yeah, it was. I mean, and they normally say second year it's tough. So yeah, there you have it. Two times.
Did Ingo Parch say anything after you roosted him?
I didn't even notice that someone was there, you know. I was just checking for the orange, and then...
he was just like, whoa, okay.
Sorry.
It's allowed. I'll let him off.
I'm sorry.
It's allowed. Well, look, in terms of the final round here, you've had your free practice already. First impressions of the racetrack?
It's nice to come to different places of the world, and it's nice to race in different tracks. This is a brand new track for everyone. And the dirt looks quite okay. I mean, they rip very, very deep. So at the moment, it's very soft. Hopefully, comes a bit better during the day. And I think will be a nice, fun track to ride.
And where we are with the racetrack, I think we've got the beach just this way, but about an hour that way, we have the main city of Shanghai. Have you been into the center and had a look around?
Yeah, Thursday when we arrived, I went to the city, and it was nice. It was impressive. I mean, full of lights. They play with the lights, the colors of the lights and everything, so it's like a show in the city. It's crazy. I really love it.
All right, well, look, we are out of time. Jorge Prado, thanks for joining us. And as a world champion, I know your commitments at the racetrack are very, very busy. Everybody wants a piece of you. And I just want to say thank you on behalf of MXGP for everything you've done for us this year. Really is appreciated, even coming here today for the final studio show of the year. Thank you, and have a good weekend. And we'll see you at the Motocross of Nations. Right, our next guest, Tim Geiser from Team HRC, is just waiting to come in and see us here. But before that, let's take a look at some highlights from Turkey MX2 Race 2 last weekend. Jorge Prado once again fastest to the Foxhole shot line for the 22nd time this year. Just behind him, the Yamaha of Jago Kietz briefly, but it was Tom Vial who came through in second at the end of the opening lap. Kietz was third, Renault fourth, but not for long. Rowan van der Moosdijk working his magic on the French rider. Renault then tried to retaliate, ran off track, lost a couple of positions in the process. As Kietz started to find his way working backwards from third. Eventually, he found himself in fifth place as Van der Moosdijk went through. Alberto Ferrato, riding as a wild card this weekend for Maddie Racing Husqvarna, scythed his way up the inside of Zach Pichon. That was for 9th, who would eventually come home in 8th place. Renault up the inside of Jago Kietz. And it wasn't long before Valandren was also on the prowl. The three riders in an intense battle for 6th place. Valandren eventually found his way around the outside of the Yamaha. And that put him up into 6th. As Hertz did his best to hang on for as many points as possible. 1 or 2 moments for Maxime Renault in the latter stages of the race. Whilst further down the field, number 35, Mitchell Harrison, found his way past Pichon to move into 12th, but it was short-lived. The Bud Racing Kawasaki rider went out 4 laps later and would not pick up points in race 2. Calvin Valandren ran off track, handing the advantage back to Jago Kietz. Kietz then back into 5th place. Valandren could only manage 6th by the time the checkered flag fell. 1 or 2 more scares for Maxime Renault, who rode his luck on more than one occasion. He managed to survive in 4th though. Rowan van der Moosdijk was 3rd, Vial 2nd, Jorge Prado on his way to win number 29. And with it, the overall victory in his 30th Grand Prix win in MX2. 2nd overall, Jago Kietz with a 2nd and a 5th. Rowan van der Moosdijk was 3rd. on his wildcard appearance here this weekend with a 5th and a 3rd place finish. Of course, Jorge Prado is world champion. Olsen confirmed as 2nd, Jago Geerts 3rd, but Vial now 10 points behind the Belgian as they head to China to fight over that 3rd place in the 2019 season. But that's your top 3 this weekend: Prado, Geerts and Van der Moostijk. Hello everybody, welcome back to our live studio show here on MXGPTV.com. Our final round with me, Paul Malin, and Lisa Leyland here. We just spoke to Jorge Prado a moment ago, but in the house now, our MXGP World Champion Tim Geiser from Team HRC. And Tim, welcome to China, the final round. We're going to talk about the championship as a whole, but if I'd have said to you when you were a kid, you're going to be a 3-time world champion before you're 23 years old, would you have believed me?
Actually, that was a dream. I mean, to become world champion at least once. So now after a couple of years in MXGP, I became like 3rd time already. So it's just like dreams coming true. I mean, like I was dreaming about that, and now everything becomes reality. So yeah.
Well, your season's had a bit of everything. BG Creations on social says he wants to know, up to what point of winning the title, what was the best or most fun race for you?
I think Arco was something special. I mean, we have a nice battle with Tony. The pace was high. You know, also all the fans makes atmosphere even better, and it was just unbelievable. I mean,
this battle here, when I was selecting this clip the other day, it's like the one passing place between the two of you was the same place, past pit lane the whole time. It was crazy. And I mean, what was it like to be involved in that race?
No, it was nice, especially like that was first GP win after like nearly 2 years, and you know, we have a great off season with the team. I felt really good actually from beginning of the season already in Argentina. Just made too many mistakes on the first couple of GPs, and here in Arco was the first GP where everything clicks. I mean, like I was feeling good, didn't make a mistakes, and I was able to win both races and win the GP.
But also you're also in Tony's backyard as well. Did that make it a little bit more special that you got the victory there?
I mean, like for sure, and you know, like I said, it feels also to me like a home GP, because so many fans from Slovenia travel every year there, and of course it was a GP, home GP for Tony, so we both, you know, give our best. We both want to win there, and you know, it was nice, intense racing, and of course it was also clean, what was the best, so I mean, it was nice, yeah.
And you've mentioned it already, the fans are what make that place special, because you get your guys come over the border to support you. You've got Tony's guys come, and even from the first laps of practice, you know, when you both go on the track, they go yes, and the flare, and then you come around, and it is it's fantastic atmosphere. I mean, if anybody hasn't been to Trentino and you want to do a GP, obviously that's one of the best ones to go to, isn't it? Because of that atmosphere. I mean, as a rider, I mean, I know what it's like. I've experienced it at my home GP, but for you now, I think the sport is bigger than it's ever been. It's just a fantastic feeling, isn't it, with that kind of support?
Definitely. I mean, like the sport, motocross is growing every year, and I can say also that in Slovenia, you know, basically couple of years ago, you know, barely someone know what motocross is, and now everybody knows. So you know, everywhere I think that sport is growing, and hopefully in the future we can even more help to grow it. So you know, it's good for our sport. Yeah.
Well, we said your season had a bit of everything. Whilst Trentino was your best race, the other Italian round, Mantova, must have been your worst, I can imagine.
And we do have pretty much all of the little mistakes here. Just talk us through it.
I mean,
he doesn't want to see this.
No.
I mean, like I said, one of the worst GPs. Like made so many mistakes that I don't even remember the last time that I crashed so many times. Maybe in 65 or I don't know when. And you know, of course, the conditions were tough, especially because Saturday we have a nice racetrack, and then Sunday it was raining all night, and you know, it was quite deep. So I know that the start is going to be a key, and I didn't get a start in both motos, and I kind of struggled all day, and yeah, it was disappointed GP, but you know, I try to learn as much as possible from the races like that. Yeah,
it was almost as if you'd forgotten how, you know, Saturday was fine. Sunday you'd woken up and forgotten how to ride a motorcycle. It was, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but it was just,
don't hold back.
No, but it was like, you know, you'd gone from like really consistent, and then just in one day, 2 motos, you know, 70 minutes or whatever. It was just like somebody arrived in your race kit. It wasn't you. It was like you had an imposter, like a stunt double. And
who are you?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it was not easy. It was one line on the track, and when you didn't have the start, it was really difficult to pass. And I was back. I mean, like I crashed on the first lap, and I was that last, and then I have to came through the pack. And when you try to pass the riders, you try to pick different lines, and in the conditions like that, you know, like it's always like 50-50 when you go off the main line. You know, you don't know what to expect there, if it's deep or like it's water deep. I mean, like you never know. So
it's always a risk.
Exactly. So yeah, it was tough. I mean, like I said, many crashes, many downs, but you know, I was able to pick up and regroup for an XGP. I
mean, was there something that we weren't aware of that maybe you can tell us now? Like, were you carrying a small injury or something going into that race, or was it just just an off day?
If I'm honest, it was just the off day here.
Yeah. You're only human at the end of the day, aren't you?
Yeah.
Well, you did win your first 2 titles in the USA.
Yes.
Positive. But just tell us, how good was it for you to win your 3rd title in Italy, in front of your fans, and also for your team, your Italian team?
Yeah, it was just unbelievable. You know, again, to did it in Italy, you know, it was quite the same like Arco. I mean, the atmosphere was quite the same. Maybe even more Slovenian fans were here. But I mean, like, it was just unbelievable. And I mean, like, during the races, I felt that I had 2 solid rides. I make many mistakes. I was quite aggressive on the beginning of the first moto, you know, even crash, and then couldn't came back in the rhythm. So I settled for 5th, what was enough to win the title after first moto. Yeah, it was a nice GP.
So your mindset going into that first race was to try and win the championship with a race win, to be that aggressive in the beginning.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like I felt great on the Saturday. I won the qualification race quite easily. I mean, like I didn't felt that I was pushing over myself, and then also like I set my mindset quite the same like on the quali race, and you know, when I wake up on the Sunday, it was completely different. I mean, you know, all the nerves, you know, like you start to you start to think about
Excuse me.
Sure. You start to think about championship, about everything. So it was quite difficult motos. I mean, I was thinking a lot. What usually, you know, you have to be focused 100% on the racing, but you know, like this first moto, many things came in my head, and I was not there 100%.
No. Well, obviously, you know, there was a trademark Tim Geiser crash in there during that first race as well, but we'll forgive you for that. You did go on and win the championship. But Tim, we are out of time. Thank you for joining us. Again, just like Jorge, as a world champion, your time is limited as to what you can and can't do on the race weekends, and we very much appreciate MXGP, everything you've done for us, all the time you've committed to us, and again here at this final round. But all the best for this weekend, and we'll see you at the Motocross of Nations.
Sure.
Okay.
Thanks, Tim.
Tim Geiser, Team HLC, MXGP World Champion. Right, we'll be back in just a couple of moments, but before we disappear, here's highlights from MXGP Race 2 Turkey 1 week ago. This time a much better start for Ivo Monticelli on the standing construct KTM. He was bar to bar with Jeremy Seewer as they went through the first corner, but Seewer held a nice tight line as he emerged with his 4th foxhole shot of the season on his Yamaha. Gauthier Paulin went into turn 2 in 5th place, just behind Geiser, Hurlings, Koldenoff and Seewer. But the opening lap was a shocker for Jeremy Seewer. Started losing positions very, very quickly. Koldenoff took over at the front. Hurlings was 2nd, Geiser was 3rd. And the 2 Dutchies tried to clear off. One moment here led to this one here. Seewer getting punted off of the track by Jonas and down to 16th place. Aminas Jasikonis briefly found his way up the inside of Jeremy Van Horebeke.
as he started to climb inside the top 10. And Geiser was all over the back of Jeffrey Hurlings as they fought over third. But then Geiser lost the front. He fell from third place, handing that advantage to Ivo Monticelli. Geiser remounted, quickly found his way into fourth with a pass on his teammate Brian Bogus. He was not done yet. All eyes on the battle for the lead though. Hurlings tried several times around the outside of Koldenoff, but he was denied every single one of them. Paul Jonas eventually made his way into fifth, and that's where he would stay on the Rockstar Energy Husqvarna. And Paul Ann also flexed his muscles as he went by the Honda of Bogus for sixth. Seawer was on a late charge. He eventually came home in 8th place, just a couple of positions behind Paul Ann and one behind Van Horvik. Geiser decisive with his move on Monticelli to get himself back into third. But Jeffrey Hurlings on the final lap got close to Glenn Koldenhoff. He rode his luck though at the start of the lap, but one last push. He got side by side along the waves. He made his move with a handful of corners to go, and Jeffrey Hurlings went on to make it a double win here in Turkey. Grand Prix win number 85 in the books for Jeffrey Hurlings. Koldenoff second overall. Jonas on the podium for the second Grand Prix in a row. The battle for third though is what we're looking at in the championship, because Paul Ann now 43 points behind Jeremy Seawer in second. Koldenoff though just 11 points behind Paul Ann, and those two will be fighting over third as we go into the final round in China in 1 week's time. But your top three here this weekend: Jeffrey Hurlings, Glenn Koldenoff and Paul Jonas.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the final part on our studio show. Normally he leaves us hanging there for like ages, but anyway, we're back. MXGP TV studio show, final part. Before we go any further, just a quick reminder how you can watch MXGP TV. We still have that promotion, 70% discount going at the moment. That includes everything we've had on MXGP TV so far this year, from Argentina to this weekend, but more importantly, it also includes the Monster Energy FIA Motocross of Nations in Assen 2 weeks' time. So if you don't have it and you know somebody that does want it, get on it quick, because that offer is still on. Go to mxgptv.com for more details. Right, here we are. Final part of our studio show, and I'm actually quite looking forward to this. No guests in the house, just me and Lisa Lalo Leyland. And we've had a fantastic season here in MXGP TV, especially with the studio show. So what we thought we would do is bring you our best moments from the 2019 studio show. It's painstaking to go through all of them, but we had a great time doing it. I don't even know what made the final cut, nor does Lisa.
Nope.
You looking forward to it?
I am. The joys of live TV.
Exactly. Well, look, sit back, enjoy some of our best moments from the studio show here on MXGP TV. They're coming up. Make yourself comfortable. What are we live now? We're live? Okay, so we have a new desk, we have new lights.
It's so shiny. What's this your favourite species of monkey?
Orangutan.
Oh, there you go. He's going to waltz on out of here like this, you know, with the arms and everything else in a minute. What's that now? 23 Grand Prix victories for you? Yeah. Never gets old, does it? Winning and standing on the top step. Team GB, Team Great Britain took a hit last week. 2 riders, Max Anstey.
Are you okay? Are you okay?
I'm fine.
What was Hans Korver's secret for always taking the whole shot back in the day? And this is from Kevin Strobos.
Yeah, but it's nice because we're by the Black Sea. You've got the nice weather. I've got my sunblock on. It's almost like a holiday feel, isn't it? Almost.
Don't be deceived. We've got Latvia and Germany the next 2 weeks.
That's true. I'm not going to speak too soon, but it's good to start off here, isn't it?
It is. So, well, it's our first guest is in, Dylan Walsh, Revo Husqvarna UK. Dylan, how about that weather, mate?
On the gate, my heart rate and everything are really low compared to the others. I see everyone is wearing the watch, you know, with the heart rate, the beat. Yeah. And then sometimes I'm like, you know, watching the watch and I'm like, whoa, they are really high compared to me. So I was like, yeah, I'm okay, you know. Some are like 140, 130 behind the gate. Yeah. I'm like, wow, even on running, I'm not like this, you know. So.
So you get the guys on the podium, and then guess who took all the
the champagne this day. Yeah, I took both bottles.
Have you prepared a song for us? Because normally when you're first on, you have to do a initiation ceremony.
It's tradition.
I'll save that one for New Zealand's Got Talent. Yeah, I've got to bring out all the cards.
Here we are in Germany. We're live. It's Saturday, but already wishing it was Monday.
Well, speak for yourself. It's been full on though, hasn't it? It's the third one in a row.
Another one. It's the MXGP of Latvia, with myself, Paul Smalins, Lisa Leylands. Our guests are going to be joining us today. Our first one is in the house, Darian's Sanais. We've got Glenn's Koldenhoff's coming up, and we've got Natalie's Farzes as well. And the S thing is because we are in Latvia.
Never gets old, does it?
Never gets old. I love this Grand Prix.
Leading 7 laps, you know, it's definitely a great feeling. I was struggling a bit after it. You find yourself after those 15 minutes, and
you touched on some of the sort of body pain you're feeling. I mean, I would call it old man syndrome. But last time we saw you in France, you were being used as Maxime Renault's landing ramp. How are you feeling after that? Are you all good?
Yeah, the inside rut, it was difficult anyway. No one was doubling, but I did make a little mistake, and then I didn't think he was going to jump to the middle, but it's one of those things that I just wanted to help a friend out, but no, it's all right.
If you went to the good luck store, you walk in there and they say, what do you want? I want to buy some luck. Sorry, mate, we're all out of luck this weekend.
Molia Exox, hopefully I pronounced that right. Hoku Hassa, hopefully I pronounced that right. One's from Rogapik, hope I pronounced that right. This one's from I Kokieliers, hopefully I pronounced that right.
I know him.
Oh, you know
it's a true fan of us.
Did I pronounce that right, hopefully? How do you rate your skills as a backyard mechanic?
I knew this one was coming.
And do you have any current or future restoration projects in mind?
An old
I'm
Jeep or
interested
something.
to know about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna restore an airplane, 12-cylinder star engine. No.
What is your favourite food?
It's raclette. It's a Swiss cheese.
Oh, I love that.
Do you love that?
Yeah. And do you dip it in something, or you dip something in it, or?
No, you just warm it up, and then put it on potatoes or stuff like that. This is amazing.
It is delicious. Not very healthy, but it's good.
Oh well.
Coming up on next week's cookery show with Lisa and Arno.
Well, last week in Mantova was a difficult weekend for all of us, but.
Mud bath.
Yeah.
Here we are in Portugal. You dried out yet?
Just about. It was a wet one last weekend, wasn't it?
It was.
It was all right for you though, because you were in your little cosy booth, your little commentary booth.
I was in the broom cupboard.
You were in your little cupboard.
Lisa, here we are, back after 4 weeks.
I know.
What did you get up to in the off-season?
Oh, just, Do you have a good Christmas?
I had a great Christmas.
Do you like pulse? Pulse.
What is pulse? What is pulse? Is it?
I think
Pulse.
it's like sausage.
Yeah. You don't have that. Is it like a Danish?
Do you like sausage? Do you like it?
Yeah.
But pulse.
Finally, how is the nose now? Some, I don't know, twisted.
I crashed with my face. I broke the helmet, and my nose is on my left side.
Oh, it's an improvement. It's an improvement.
Yeah, it's straight again, and the girl likes, so it's nice.
Oh, okay.
Please already say.
It looks great. It looks great. Did you ever think when Josh Coppins arrived in Europe, he'd be successful? No. Be honest.
Really honest.
This question is from Josh Coppins.
Yes. Yes.
It's been raining all of Wednesday, all of Thursday.
Yeah.
Yesterday was dry. We had some drizzle this morning.
It doesn't affect so much because it's like really hard backtrack.
And here is the weather. Tim Geiser is our weatherman. As you can see, there are clouds on the horizon.
Yeah. It's quite cloudy, but still it's not raining. So.
Do you have favourite shoes?
No. I'm working in my place with no shoes. Also outside sometimes.
And then I started working with Eric Sorby,
the collector of wild animals and everything else.
Yeah.
But, did you get your cat, by the way?
No, he can keep his cat, that's for sure.
Welcome to our studio show, Jeremy. Jerryman. Why not?
The Jerryman.
The Jerryman.
But has riding for the new team kind of given you new motivation to be kind of like the best Jerryman you can be?
Oh yeah, but I'm the best Jerryman I can be right now.
Describe yourself in 5 words. I can describe you in 5 words.
All right, you start and I
No, you go first.
It's tall, tall, handsome, fast.
Big hands.
Big hands.
They are definitely big hands, Gautier, definitely. Anyway.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye for now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you then. Bye for now. Bye for now. See you then. Thanks for watching.
See you then. Bye for now. We'll see you then. Thanks for watching.
Hope you've enjoyed the show. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye for now. Enjoy your weekend wherever you are. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.
Thanks for watching. Bye for now.
Well, look, that was cool, actually, because I've never seen it. I saw some of them in advance, but didn't see the finished article. Thank you to Fede for, you know, doing a great job on that. And you've done us proud. You've done yourself proud. Good luck. Good work, fella. Good work. Right, and that's it. We are done. We won't have a studio show on MXGP TV at the Nations. We will have the Riders Parade on Friday. Of course, Lisa and I will be back for that. But that is all we have got time for. We are out of time. Sit back and enjoy the MXGP of China here this weekend. And it is the final round. And we will be back in 2 weeks' time. We'll see you then. Bye for now. As we just said a moment ago. See ya.